Hello there everyone. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through your sight reading assignment for this week, which involves simple rhythms. The topic of last week was advanced rhythms, of which you will only find a handful in this assignment, namely the quarter note triplet figure, as well as the dotted rhythm here. But otherwise, the rhythms are extremely simple. Similarly, the distance between each of the individual notes is very small, with the biggest distance being just a skip here and there. And that is by design, because I want you to focus on developing your singing voice and being able to use the solfege syllables effectively. That said, I understand that there may be some reluctance to singing in general. If you're of the mindset where you're hesitant to sing because you care about accuracy, you don't think you have a good singing voice, etc., please go back and watch the other video in 3.4 where I guide you through a short warm-up and help you discover your unique voice. Once you do that and you feel comfortable, come back to this and then we'll dive right in. If, however, you are not willing to sing whatsoever because you don't feel comfortable recording your voice or using your voice in any manner, please, you need to get in touch with me as soon as possible. I would like to work with you on finding an alternative assignment that you can complete because I do want you to be successful for this part of the week. But again, if you are in the former group, please go ahead and watch the warm-up video and then come back so I can guide you through this assignment comfortably, starting with my steps for sight reading a melody successfully. Step 1 is to look at your key signature and to determine which key you are in. Going to the previous page in this assignment, looking at 2-C, I highlight specifically that each of these melodies is in a major key, so you don't need to worry about anything being in minor. In fact, it would be extremely messy if any of these melodies were in minor, because that changes the solfege. I want you to learn just major, so we are only dealing with major. I will use melody 1 going through the steps. We have a B flat, and if we remember from our discussion on the circle of fifths, that the major key signature that has one flat is F. So we know what our tonic is now. That is F. Then play the tonic note on your piano and sing the scale to yourself. Okay? We have our F. My range, it's more comfortable down here. So that is where I'll start. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, I have the scale in my head. Let's move on to step 2. Identify solfege syllables. So D will be la. Then we have ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Oh, that actually sounds quite lovely. Next, look at the time signature and determine how many beats are in each measure. 4/4 time signature, easy, 4 beats per measure. Next, look closely at each measure to see if there are any spots that may be difficult for you. Okay? Solfege-wise, that's not very difficult at all. It's entirely stepwise. I'm not concerned about the syllables whatsoever. But this, as I alluded to earlier, that might trip me up just a little bit. And if it does, just make note of it. And then step 6, isolate smaller rhythmic patterns or large intervals, and practice clapping/singing them. Like I said previously, the syllables do not bother me whatsoever. The melody is all stepwise, so the syllables are just very naturally one after the other. This rhythm, however, I may need to practice a little bit. So I'll just bring out my handy-dandy metronome, set the tempo to a slow yet comfortable speed, and then practice that rhythmic figure. Triplet, 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 triplet. Okay, I feel comfortable with that. Turn the metronome off. Now let's move on to step 7. Play the first note so you have the pitch in your head. Okay, that would be a D. Play the first note, have a bit in your head. Practice up to 3 times and use a metronome each time. Okay, so let's just give this a dry run through. Before you use the metronome, you're welcome to practice this as much as you need to. This 3 times is just a suggestion, but you're welcome to use your piano to help you figure out the tone and then to help you practice with singing. Now, when you do the actual recording of this, you are not allowed to use your piano, only your voice. But for the sake of practicing and getting familiar with it, you can use your piano as much as you want. So D, La, Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. That actually sounds very similar to an Elvis song that I know. And in fact, all of these are borrowed from popular songs. So you should be able to pick out at least a couple. Okay, I feel comfortable with that. I don't need the full 3 times, and I don't need to continue with my piano. So when I'm comfortable, I can go ahead and start recording. Just open up Vocaroo, as you have done the other times. Press record. You may need to give your browser permission to access your microphone. Go ahead and click allow. And then when you're ready, turn on your metronome. You can adjust the tempo however you need, whether it be a little bit slower or a little bit faster. 66 is comfortable for me. I may need to ratchet it up just a little. And when you feel comfortable, go ahead and start. If you need to, give yourself your pitch again. And go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. And yes, do hold out notes for their full length, please. Turn your metronome off. Stop the recording in Vocaroo. Click Save and Share and copy this link into Blackboard. Now that was for one melody. You can do a separate recording for another melody, or you can do 2 melodies in one recording. Just make sure to type the number of the melodies that you chose in Blackboard as well. I would type in melody 1, and if I were doing this assignment, I would also choose melody 3. So I would do one recording for melody 1, type melody 1, do another recording for melody 3, then type melody 3, and then press submit. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, namely as it pertains to singing, please get in touch with me, and we can certainly work something out. Otherwise, I'm always available for any other musical inquiries. Music be with you.